example, and it's the same with all former slave colonies.
Alexa, reduce volume.
Kind of like crime news that have been left, and we haven't done anything. So you've got particularly like ghetto areas where people went after emancipation, and some of them have got the highest murder rates in the world.
So I don't know if this is working or not.
They need investment. And
I'm just popping.
We created this. Our country.
I think I'm going to go to Southend. I'm not sure. So this, I've done about 20 something miles on this since I picked it up on Friday. It was due to be collected on Wednesday, but the dealer said they needed more time to EDI it. And Alexa, stop. But I don't really see what they did. They said they were going to clean it and charge it. When I got there, it was still looking pretty grubby, and it only had 35 miles on the range. So anyway, it's put back to Friday for 3 o'clock on Friday, and then I contacted them to just check that was still on, and they said, oh no, more like 5:15. So anyway, I picked it up at 5:15. I put up a video of me actually collecting it. So that's fine. So since I've picked it up, things that I've noticed about this. Initially I thought that sitting on the left hand side wouldn't be much of a problem, given that the car isn't very wide. But unfortunately, having driven the right hand drive car for a number of years, I do misjudge that right hand corner, and I've clipped a couple of curbs on a roundabout and going around a corner, so I'm going to have to pay a bit more attention to the right hand side of the car. When I took it out for its test drive, I kind of drove in a straight line backwards and forwards, and I didn't do much turning. I didn't go on very many narrow roads, so I didn't really notice any problem at all then. But since I've been driving it, I've done about 20-something miles since I've picked it up. I take my wife to work once, take my wife to work twice. I've been to Asda in it once, and I noticed my wife kept saying you're too far over to the right, and yeah, so I'll have to check the mirrors every now and again to see where I'm placed in the road. Another thing, sitting on the left-hand side of the car, I do find myself going around roundabouts, especially being pushed over to the left, going around a roundabout. And these seats aren't particularly supportive, and I do find if I'm going around a roundabout at any speed at all, I'm almost leaning up against the door. There's no retention done by the seats whatsoever. And also the other thing is, driving on a fairly steeply cambered road, I do find the car feels like it's leaning over to the left, and that is of course because it is. It's completely different to sitting on the right hand side of the car. You're sort of sitting on the gutter side of the camber, so that feels a little bit odd. In terms of driving in traffic and impeding traffic, I've not come across that because I've not really been on any fast roads. Taking my wife to work involves going up a bit of an incline, but I thought it was quite steep, but actually the Ami with the two of us aboard copes with that fairly well. Does a full 28 all the way up. There's a small hill on the alternative route back that I took where it dropped down to 27 just as I reached the top of the hill. So I've not noticed where I am any problems with speed. I mean, at the moment I'm going up a bit of a hill and it's hit 25 quite easily, so that's not a problem. Yeah, I'm doing a full 28 miles an hour going up a hill right now. Where was I? Yeah. I ordered a bog standard Ami, the 7695 version. I did a contract for 7695, but it arrived with a grey pack. So I don't know what that was about. I it seems they give away things to people who have problems. So I had a few problems in ordering this. I initially tried to order it on around about the 5th or 6th of May online. Signed up for the finance package. Went through to that, and then tried to come back and choose the car. That didn't work. So I went through it again, and that didn't work. And then I got a letter from Stellantis saying I've been approved for finance on 2 Citroën Amis. So that was interesting. So in the end, I tried to contact the Ami team to try and sort that out. That was just ridiculous. That was just phone call after phone call after phone call, until I finally got through to someone. I think it took about 5 or 6 days, I think, to actually get through to someone who's going to help. So from about the 5th or the 6th of May, I didn't actually have my order for the Ami approved until the 12th of May. Because the online ordering didn't work, I couldn't check up online the progress of my purchase as you were supposed to be able to do if you use the online ordering system. So I never really, I kept having to call for reassurance to say, "Are you sure this has gone through?" Because I got to the point where I didn't really trust what was going on. But as it turned out, there was a guy called Willis. He was the guy that seems to be dealing with me. He seems to have disappeared now, but he was dealing with my case. A guy called Willis dealt with it, and he assured me that it had been approved and it would be delivered at the end of July. So I got myself all prepared for the end of July until just a couple of weeks ago, a week ago, I got a phone call saying my car was ready for collection. When did I want it? Which was a bit weird. So as I said, I booked it for the 28th, but didn't have an actual time for that. And Ami team said they keep in touch with me and tell me what was going on. So off my own bat, I decided to check up on the progress of the delivery and the PDI, and discovered that the dealer didn't seem to know anything about it. Wasn't sure. Said there were 2 Amis there, but I couldn't confirm whether one of them was mine. I said, well, I'm due to pick this up tomorrow. What sort of time could I pick it up tomorrow? And once it's confirmed, they said, oh, don't know about that, mate. So I contacted Willis again, I think it was Willis, and said, it wasn't Willis, it was a new guy who'd come on board by this time. I just contacted the dealer, and they don't know anything about my car being ready today, and I think you need to liaise with them. And eventually they did, and I agreed to a 3 o'clock pickup. And as I told you before, he didn't come off at 3 o'clock. I ended up picking up at about 20 past 5 in the end. So that's sort of my journey to buying this thing. The new guy that contacted me said he'd be contacting me just to update me on progress after we'd arranged the 3 o'clock pickup, and I never heard from him again. Fortunately, I decided to take matters into my own hands again and fortunately someone just had to pull into a space in front of me on a single lane there. I don't know whether you can probably see that on the camera, but totally unnecessary. This is a 30-mile-an-hour road. I can easily keep up with traffic on this. There is a steep hill coming up. It's called Bread and Cheese Hill. It's famously steep. We'll see how this does going up that. where was I? Yeah, so that's my experience of buying this thing. My wife was so embarrassed that I took her to work on it that night, but she wanted me to drop her off like half a mile away from the hospital she works at, because she was so embarrassed. Didn't want to be seen in it. Thought it would attract too much attention. In the end, I said, I'm sorry. The most convenient place to park is to drop you off is at the hospital. I don't want to be doing anything else. So she hopped out. She seemed less concerned about it once she'd had a ride in it. I bought some squashy cushions for this thing in orange, thinking it'd make it more comfortable. I think that might have been adding to my problems of sort of sliding sideways, going around corners, having a cushion. And actually now I'm sitting on it without the cushion, I'm finding the seat better, certainly more ergonomic. I'm fitting into the seat a little bit better without the cushion. I can actually feel wear on the seat my bum is, whereas with this memory foam cushion thing I've got, I think I was sort of hanging over the edge on one side, because I couldn't really sort of locate myself properly on the seat. So I think I'll do away with the cushion. My wife's a bit of a delicate princess. She might be happy keeping hers, but I'm finding now I'm driving this, my back's feeling better without the cushion. I'm sitting at a better angle, and yeah, I think it's better without the cushion for me. Alright, this is the beginning of what's known as Bread and Cheese Hill. It's a fairly steep hill. We'll see how we do going up this. It's certainly one of the steepest hills in my local area anyway. Mind you, the traffic in front of me isn't travelling very fast anyway, so it might not be a problem. But I weigh about 16 stone, so 1.5 people. There we go, down to 27. Down to 26. Down to 25. And we're over the top. So yeah, we lost